Officer Quenga is charged with manslaughter and negligent homicide in the death of Iope Rudolph, who was armed with a slingshot and was shooting at passers-by at the Shell gas station along Marine Drive near Waisangsong Road. An independent investigative team that responds to officer-involved shootings brought the charges, and a grand jury returned the indictment. But Quenga's attorney Curtis Vandeveld says his client acted professionally.
It's extremely important to remember that this was a volatile situation, and he was acting appropriately as a police officer. The government simply is presenting this case, I think, for political purposes, because the AG is running for re-election. They don't have the courage to make the right decision not to prosecute this case. I'm saying he did exactly what a police officer is charged with the responsibility to do. And this is not something where he went out looking for someone to shoot them. This is a very volatile situation where there's reports of somebody who's armed, and he simply did what the circumstances required him to do.
Vandeveld was critical of the indictment, which he says puts police in an almost no-win situation.
You can't put police officers in a position where they are susceptible to being prosecuted simply because they're trying to do their job. We recently have seen in the news the Uvalde school shooting, and there's ample criticism of police officers relative to that school shooting and other school shootings about inaction. So when the police officer does act under the high pressure of a volatile situation, they're damned then. So they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't.
He expects the case won't be dropped and will likely proceed to trial. In the meantime, he says his client is coping as best he can.
Justin has felt that he is not guilty of any wrongdoing, continues to believe that, and he's trying to adapt to the circumstances. No one enjoys being charged with a crime, particularly someone who's innocent.
For KUAM News, I'm Nestor Licanto.